Premier League betting tips roundup, Gameweek 24. Liverpool host a struggling Leicester City side as they look to continue to close to the gap at the top to Manchester City as the Premier League returns after weeks of inactivity. Meanwhile, the race for the top four is starting to heat up, with West Ham, Spurs, Manchester United and Arsenal all fighting it out, while Frank Lampard takes charge of his first league game at Everton against a strengthened Newcastle at the bottom. Here, 101 Great Goals previews this weekend's Premier League fixtures and offers the best betting tips around. West Ham United 4/9, draw 15/4. Watford 11 halves. West Ham United will be hoping to get their European push back on track Tuesday following back-to-back defeats. Roy Hodgson started his time at Watford with a goalless draw away at Burnley on Saturday. Here are our top tips. West Ham to win and both teams to score. The Hammers will be confident of returning to winning ways against a struggling Watford side. However, 3 of their last 5 home matches and 15 of their 23 league games have seen both teams score. Jarrod Bowen to score first, 11 halves, or anytime, 8/5. Bowen has been instrumental for West Ham this season. He managed to find the back of the net on the weekend to take his tally to 10 for the season. Full West Ham vs Watford betting tips. Newcastle United 8/5, draw 9/4. Everton 7/4. Frank Lampard's first Premier League game in charge of Everton sees them travel to Newcastle. Newcastle United made 4 new additions during January and Eddie Howe should now feel his side has enough quality to remain in the top flight. Here are our top tips. Over 2.5 goals and both teams to score, 6/5. Both teams have been pretty shoddy defensively this season. Newcastle and Everton have both conceded over 1.5 goals in over 55% of their matches. Meanwhile, 17 of the last 24 meetings between the two sides have ended in over 2.5 goals. Dominic Calvert-Lewin to score first, 5-1. The striker will be eager to impress the new manager and he will be also hoping Lampard will help him return to his best. Calvert-Lewin has just returned from injury, but he will be keen to add to his tally of 3 for the season on Tuesday. Full Newcastle vs Everton betting tips. Spurs 3/5, draw 3-1. Southampton 9 halves. Spurs will be desperate to return to winning ways on Wednesday as they continue to push for a place in the top 4. Southampton's last league result saw them end Man City's 12-game win streak with a 1-1 draw at St Mary's. Here are our top tips. James Ward-Prowse to score anytime, 6-1. Ward-Prowse has 3 league goals to his name against Spurs. The Saints captain also scored a very tidy goal when these two sides met back in December. The midfielder will be keen to add to his already impressive tally of 6 league goals for the season. Harry Kane to score first, 10/3. Kane is starting to look sharper than ever under Conte. He netted a brace against Brighton and will be brimming with confidence for Wednesday's match. The 28-year-old has 11 goals in 17 matches against the Saints. Full Spurs vs Southampton betting tips. Manchester City 1/10, draw 17 halves. Brentford 21. Man City continue to lead the way in the race for the title and have a 9-point advantage over Liverpool. Brentford have been on a very tricky run of form recently, having lost all of their last 4 league matches. Here are our top tips. Man City to win to 0, 4/5. Man City have kept clean sheets in 73% of their home matches this season, while Brentford have failed to score in 36% of their games away from home, meaning it should result in a comfortable home win. Over 2.5 goals and 6/4. City scored an incredible 55 goals this season and conceded just 14, and Pep Guardiola's side will be more than confident of netting a hatful against Brentford. Full Man City vs Brentford betting tips. Burnley 5-1, draw 3-1. Manchester United 4/7. Manchester United will be looking to bounce back from their huge cup upset in which they were knocked out by Middlesbrough. Burnley were held to a goalless draw at home with relegation rivals Watford on the weekend. Here are our top tips. Manchester United to win and both teams to score, 5 halves. Burnley have won just one of their last 14 meeting with Manchester United, with the Red Devils claiming all 3 points in each of the last 3. United defeated the Clarets 3-1 twice at Old Trafford in 2021. Cristiano Ronaldo to score first, 11/4 or anytime, 4/5. Cristiano Ronaldo has scored against 121 different clubs in his senior career, adding Burnley to that list in December. He will also be looking to avoid the longest goal-scoring drought in his career, having failed to score in his last 4 matches. Full Burnley vs Man United betting tips. Norwich City 5 halves. Draw 9/4. Crystal Palace 23/20. Norwich's hopes of survival have been dramatically boosted over the past few weeks, following back-to-back wins over Everton and Watford. Crystal Palace have entered a tricky patch under Patrick Vieira, with the Eagles having won just once in their last 6 games. Here are our top tips. Both teams to score, 10/11. Crystal Palace are unbeaten in 6, losing just one of their last 12, against Norwich, most recently recording a 3-0 victory in December. Norwich, meanwhile, are looking to win 3 successive top-flight games for the first time since December 2012. Odsonne Edouard to score first 11 halves, or anytime, 15/8. Odsonne Edouard has 6 goals to his name since arriving at Crystal Palace this summer and is clearly their sharpest threat up front against what has generally been a porous Canaries backline. Full Norwich vs Crystal Palace betting tips coming soon. Liverpool 1.2510 draw 6.510 Leicester City 10-1 Liverpool are 9 points behind the league leaders Man City with a game in hand and will desperately need a win on Thursday. Brendan Rodgers is now under immense pressure to turn around Leicester's form with the Foxes suffering a humiliating 4-1 defeat against Nottingham Forest on the weekend. Here are our top tips. Over 2.5 goals, 1.361. These two sides played out one of the games of the season at Anfield just before Christmas in the EFL Cup quarter-finals. Liverpool eventually won on penalties after a dramatic comeback from 1-3 down with a 95th-minute equalizer. This was the 5th time in the last 6 matches at Anfield that the game produced over 2.5 goals. Mohamed Salah to score anytime, 1.51. Mo Salah has a good record for Liverpool against the Foxes, with 4 goals in 8 appearances, but just 1 in his last 6 games. The Egyptian king is expected to return from the AFCON, with a point to prove as reflected in him being the clear favourite here to score anytime during the game against Leicester City. Full Liverpool vs Leicester betting tips. Aston Villa 4/5 draw 14/5 Leeds United 16/5 Aston Villa bounced back from consecutive defeats to earn a draw against Manchester United and a win at Goodison Park. Leeds will now be looking to avoid being dragged into a relegation battle, having lost at home to Newcastle and dropping into 15th. Here are our top tips. Half-time full-time result. Draw Aston Villa, 4-1. Leeds have had a tendency this season of conceding the majority of goals in the second half, with 65% of their goals conceded so far this season coming during the second half, with the majority scored immediately after half-time. Meanwhile, Villa have scored 68% of their goals in the second half, and if the game follows the form book, the hosts will fancy their chances of winning the game late on. Leeds to score a penalty, 6-1. Only West Ham and Chelsea have been awarded more penalties than Leeds so far this season, while on the other hand, only 3 teams have conceded more than Villa. Rafinha's trickery inside the area could prove to be an issue for Villa, whilst Joe Gelhart's direct style will also attract close attention inside the box. Full Aston Villa vs Leeds betting tips. Note: all odds mentioned in this article are correct at the time of publishing and are subject to change. 101 Great Goals may earn commission from links on this page. Our content is always original. Note that all of our reviewers are compensated for contributing content to 101 Great Goals. Learn more. For more betting tips content see here. Premier League betting tips and football betting tips.